Have you ever had a groundbreaking research idea only to feel stuck when it comes to writing, presenting, or publishing it? If you have ever wondered how to transform your academic efforts into impactful contributions, you are in the right place. In this video, I will take you on an inspiring journey step by step through the real-life story of a researcher who turned her passion into published success. From overcoming writer's block to presenting at conferences and making her work matter in the real world. This is the ultimate guide to mastering the art of academic research. Let's get started. Dr. Sophia Harper sat at her desk surrounded by stacks of books, journals, and half-filled notebooks. She was a young but determined academic, deeply passionate about her field of study, climate change, and its socio-economic impacts. Despite her enthusiasm, she often felt overwhelmed by the daunting task of transforming her research ideas into impactful publications. One day, as she stared at her computer screen, her advisor's words echoed in her mind. "A great idea is only as good as its presentation. If you can't communicate your research effectively, it might as well not exist." Determined to overcome her insecurities, Sophia decided to take a systematic approach to mastering the art of academic writing. She began by revisiting her initial research question. She had spent months gathering data on how small coastal communities were adapting to rising sea levels, but her findings felt scattered. She needed a clear focus. To sharpen her ideas, she scheduled brainstorming sessions with her colleagues and mentors. Over coffee-fueled discussions, she discovered the core of her study: how local knowledge could inform global climate policies. With a narrowed focus, she felt a surge of confidence. The first step is always the hardest, she thought, jotting down a working title and key objectives of her paper. The next challenge was turning her raw data into a cohesive narrative. Sophia decided to start with a literature review, diving into her university's library database. She identified key studies in her field. As she read, she used tools like Mendeley and Zotero to organize her references. Sophia's advisor had taught her a golden rule: structure your paper like a story. Hook the reader with your introduction. Guide them through your methods and leave them inspired by your conclusions. Armed with this advice, she crafted an outline. 1. Introduction: the global challenge of rising sea levels. 2. Ethnographic studies in 3 coastal villages. 3. Results: common themes in adaptation strategies. And finally, 4. Discussion: implications for policymakers. But writing was far from linear. Some days, she found herself stuck on a single paragraph. On others, inspiration struck and she wrote pages in a single sitting. To stay motivated, she joined a writing group where fellow researchers shared tips, drafts, and encouragement. As the weeks turned into months, Sophia finally had a draft she was proud of. But she knew a polished paper was just the beginning. She had to prepare the 2 critical tasks: presenting her findings at an academic conference and submitting her paper to a reputable journal. For her presentation, Sophia designed simple yet engaging slides. She practiced in front of friends, refining her delivery until she could confidently explain her research in just 5 minutes. Her goal was to captivate her audience. not overwhelm them with jargon. For her publication, she carefully selected a journal that aligned with her topic. She meticulously formulated her manuscript, double-checked her citations, and crafted a compelling cover letter. Sophia's advisor reminded her of one final piece of advice: don't fear rejection. It's part of the process. Months later, Sophia's hard work paid off. Her paper was accepted for publication in a well-regarded journal, and her presentation at the conference earned praise from both peers and senior academics. But what mattered most to her was the email she received from a policymaker who had read her paper. Dr. Harper, your work on local adaptation strategies has inspired new guidelines for coastal management in our region. Your research has real-world impact. Sophia sat back in her chair, overwhelmed with gratitude. She realized her journey from idea to publication wasn't just about advancing her career. It was about contributing to a larger conversation, making a difference in the world. Dr. Harper's story resonates with researchers worldwide. It's a reminder that the path to academic success is filled with challenges, but each step, refining ideas, writing drafts, preparing presentations, and facing rejections leads to growth. For every inspiring academic out there, I enjoin you to imbibe the spirit of resilience. It's about learning to ask the right questions, sharing insights with the world, and finding meaning in the pursuit of knowledge. If Dr. Sophia's journey resonated with you, imagine what you could achieve by applying the same principles to your own research, whether you're just starting out or refining your next big project. Mastering the art of academic writing, presenting, and publishing is within your reach. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tips and insights on navigating your research journey. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments. I would love to hear from you about your experiences or help with your challenge. And remember, your research has the power to make an impact. Let's make sure it gets the attention it deserves.